Hi Aquarius, welcome. Aquarius, this is going to be your July reading. It's going to be a two-part reading. We're going to do spiritual general messages first to get us started, and then we're going to go into the you versus them love portion of the reading. If you're only interested in the love portion of the reading, you can click on the timestamp below and it'll take you directly to it. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and let's go ahead and see what we have coming in for my Aquariuses for the month of July. I will say, as I was meditating and preparing myself for the reading, it's definitely an uptick in energy that I feel coming through for Aquarius, but also this very enthusiastic, joyful type of energy coming through. So I was really happy to feel that for my Aquarians. So you have the ninth house here, Sagittarius energy that could be in your chart or the influencing vibes. But this is talking about kind of what I was feeling, which is out of the box thinking, adventure, being open-minded. Interestingly enough, this is a very spiritual as well energy about exploring more and understanding more about yourself, Aquarius, and being open-minded to self as well, to getting to know yourself, because I have the song in my head, Getting to Know You. I don't know if you guys remember that song, Getting to Know You, getting to know all about you. Don't click off, I'm sorry. All right, let's go. Get into it further. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card here. Interestingly enough, it came out in the reverse, and the first thing I heard was not quite feeling like yourself lately. So Aquarius, you might have went through this time period where you just felt out of sorts or not really like yourself. Some major karmic lessons being cleared for you. And I'm also hearing divine timing, and this is restoring your hope, okay? So for some of you, your hope in humanity or your hope in another person, but most importantly, your hope in yourself. So I feel like you kind of coming back to self, all right, during this time frame, and mastering something in the process. So let's see what else we have. You have new vision. So Aquarius, when you don't feel like yourself as an Aquarius, as a fellow Aquarian, I can relate to this. It's almost like our minds go, I don't want to say they go blank. Sometimes they overthink, but let me put it to you this way. Aquarian energy is very innovative. You're designed to create and think to the future and have very innovative ideas and to be a trendsetter. But when you're not feeling like yourself, it's like the complete opposite of that. It's stuck, it's stagnant, you get stuck in the past, you get fixated on things that aren't good for you. Addictions can become a problem as well, since you're a fixed sign. So I feel like if you have been in that lower level space, Aquarius, there's an upkick here. There is a new possibility here, a new way to see something, a new vision coming through that's bringing hope, okay, back into the Aquarian collective. So, you have the card of change. So, some of you are looking forward to making some changes in your life and maybe taking destiny into your own hands, right? You're a free thinker, Aquarius, so you're not usually waiting for someone to lead you. You're usually the leader. So I feel like this is kind of you getting a hold of yourself, Aquarius, and pointing yourself towards the future. So let's see what's coming through the headspace, and then we'll go a little bit deeper as to what we can expect for my Aquariuses. You have the Strength card, the Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Death and Rebirth card here. So, wow, two major arcana showing up already. So, I feel like, again, this is your more playful nature coming through here, Aquarius. A heavy emphasis on home and family, and you're paying closer attention to your surroundings, but also giving appreciation to how far you've come and where you're at in your life right now. And it's almost like you're forming this imaginary bubble around you, kind of depicted in the Seven of Wands here, of protection. You know, some of you are just divinely protected right now, but well, we're always divinely protected, but it's like, yeah, being in your own little bubble, in your own little world, Aquarius, but it's peaceful. It's not like, you know, you can, when you get stuck in your head, but it's like treacherous, nasty thoughts. This is like being in your own world, but like in rainbow land, you know, like a very peaceful, like chill vibe coming through for you, Aquarius. And right on the cusp of that is the Death and Rebirth card, which is this change that I saw coming through at the crown of the reading. So there's something here destined to change, and it's changing in your favor because you yourself have set out a new vision for your life, or something that you're wanting here. And right underneath that is wish fulfillment. So a good sign that whatever you've cast out, Aquarius, to the universe as a desire, may be manifesting or coming back to you over these next 30 days, right? So you have the Seven of Cups here. Ew. Seven of Swords, the Temperance. Some of you are afraid of making the wrong choice, you know? And it's like the stage is set up for you to win, right? Like, but you don't trust it for some of you. Some of you, it's like, you have this vision, you know that it's possible. A lot of you that watch me believe in law of attraction. You understand the laws of the universe, right? But then deep down, there's still like fear or uncertainty, you know, that maybe it's not what you think it is. Maybe you're not going to get the new vision that you want, but you are. It's like your mind playing tricks on you, Aquarius. And it causes separation, right? Between your higher self and your lower self, which always feels uncomfortable, always feels tense, always feels anxious, right? So if you've been feeling tense and anxious, and maybe even in your shadow, that's a clear indication that whatever you're giving thought to on a daily basis is not serving you, okay? That there's some sort of thought pattern you have that's going against a desire that you have. So it's kind of like, get out of your own way. Stop being afraid of making the wrong choice. Stop being afraid that things may go wrong. You know, you've got this. You've always had it. You know what I mean? Like, you've made it successfully through your entire life so far, and you're still alive. So you have the tools necessary, and it's just about like knowing your worth as well, and not letting your insecurities or what other people may think or how they view you or what you're up to disturb your peace, right? And that's where I feel like that peace bubble is coming through, where it's like, it can only affect you as you allow it. This is not a universe of insertion. It's attraction, attraction, attraction. And you're in charge of what you attract by what you give your attention to. Don't ever forget that. You have all the control, Aquarius. So let's see a little bit further. Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. So some of you are kind of moving away from past issues, past resentments, past things in the past that have plagued you, Aquarius. But it's been a slow process, right? It's almost like you've had to rebuild yourself. And for some of you, this is a completely new version of you. What's changing may not even be about your surroundings or others. It could be what's changing is you, you know, which is the only sustainable change you're ever going to make in your life. You can change your place, your location, your job, your mate, but you take you with you everywhere you go. So if you don't change you, then you'll just keep re-experiencing the same, even though you're making physical changes. So it's like, that's why they say true change comes from within, right? So some of you, this new, fresh energy has got nothing to do with what's going on outside of you or any of that. It all has to do with intrinsic change, allowing yourself to see life differently, to see self differently, to get more in alignment with your positive thoughts, and stop Stop doubting yourself or being scared that you're going to make the wrong decision, Aquarius. There are no wrong decisions in the eyes of Source. Only opportunities, opportunities, and possibilities. See, but you have the Five of Wands here. So there's competing priorities, but there's also competing thoughts. Like, I feel like a lot of the time you're thinking in the right direction, but some of the time you let that stress get to you and it throws you off course. But of course, universe and spirit wants to remind you, you can never truly be thrown off your path because you are the one carving your path. So there are no, again, wrong turns in this life. There is no permanency either. So if you're afraid you're going to make a permanent decision, because life is forever changing, ebbing and flowing, and we are eternal in the eyes of Source, in the eyes of God, there is no permanency to anything. So don't fear that, right? But what is the Five of Wands? Let me get one clarifier on that. And what's interestingly enough, like, I get this weird message, like, the further you climb that ladder, Aquarius, or the more you shine, the more others may see you through a competitive light, particularly a friend or a family member that maybe isn't doing quite as well, or maybe how they live their life is not in alignment with how you live yours. But it's like, you know, with all due respect, they're not the ones living in your skin. Right? like let other people have their opinions, but at the end of the day, you're the only one living your life. And so don't allow this to be a stress causing factor for you by giving it your attention, or even letting it persuade you out of something you know is best for you, right? Because sometimes people think they have our best intentions at heart when they give us advice, but that advice is not what our inner self knows is for us. So be careful about that, Aquarius, as I feel like that may present a battle for you, where like you want to, on one hand, like get along, right, or not be combative, but on the other hand, you do still have to find what's best for you at the end of the day. So let's see what the guidance is, and then we're going to jump to the you versus them love portion of the reading. So guidance for my Aquarius is, so you have the card of Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. It's a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing negative feelings. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So again, there's that message. I felt that earlier about also letting go of past ickiness, right? That you don't need to take with you into the next and the next and the next day. All right, so we're going to pause it here and jump to the you versus them portion. I'll see you in just a minute. And we're back. So Aquarius, we're going to do the you versus them. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. It's often an intimate partner or an ex, but it can also be family members, friends, coworkers, whoever's most predominant in your energy, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's go ahead and get started. So Aquarius, you have the card of Pluto, which is talking about transformations and changes. And this is interesting because in the spiritual part of the reading, I was also picking up a message about change coming through and a new vision for you. And this being a positive change of direction for you, Aquarius, in a lot of different ways. So here's that energy again, Scorpio energy for some of you. This is talking about your personal power, your motivation, a very intense energy. It's the ending of a cycle, but sometimes it can feel very intense in a not so great way. So brace yourself, Aquarius. I actually feel this being very positive though, so we'll see. And then you have the Nine of Swords that flew out there. So don't stress this change. Some of you are stressing like something that you ought not to be stressing. So let's go further into it. Sorry. I keep getting cards and then putting them back because none of them felt right to me, FYI. But they're very jumpy today. What's up with that? Let's do Aquarius's crown energy. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. All right, person you are connecting with. I'm going to put this one back. I'm going to note it, though. It's the 3 of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. So your focus seems to be all about your stability, your security, financial stability for some of you, the foundation of what makes you feel comfortable and secure, Aquarius. The person you're connecting with is in the Ace of Wands, so it's more about passion for them, inspiration, creativity. So I feel like there's kind of a yin-yang thing going on here where you may be very practical minded, or at least during this time frame, or more concerned about your foundation, and this person's more, you know, in it for the fun, or they are looking for like a more playful type of environment here, Aquarius, and both going through some changes that are ultimately for the benefit, but may feel stressful at times. So let's go into the recent past and see what led up to the now for you. And then we'll look at this person, Aquarius. Recent past. You have the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So a lot of you have finally like surrendered something that was just really exhausting you, Aquarius, or something. I feel like some of you were dwelling on something, and this is interesting because I picked it up in the spiritual reading as well. And then realizing like, wow, every time I go in that direction, or every time I dwell on that, I feel drained, you know, or I'm off my game. And that's because you are, you know, that's because that's your sign that whatever you're giving your focus to is not to your benefit, right? So a lot of you may have went to this space of surrender, you know, just kind of like, okay, Sarah, it will be what it will be. And because of that, there was some pivotal changes coming through for you, Aquarius, that you definitely had a part in through via your thoughts and what you were asking for. But for the most part, these are like divinely orchestrated changes coming through, and it putting you in a position of being able to choose, right? And I also heard a power position for some of you. But it also came with, I don't know, this isolation period as well, where it's not that fixed signs don't do well with change. I would say of all the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aquariuses, in my opinion, tend to be the most adept, like the easiest to adapt. And that's because you're an air sign, but you're also future minded, right? And you have to be open to change in order to be open to the future. But at the same time, you are still a fixed sign, meaning you like what you like, you know, like it gives you strength, but it also makes you somewhat resistant to change. And so I feel like for some of you, it felt like too much, maybe, where you actually needed like a rest period to gather yourself, or maybe you needed alone time. I know as an Aquarius myself, like when I get overwhelmed, I really like to be alone. Like some people like to vent. Some people go out to relieve their stress. Not me. I want to be completely alone with my thoughts. And I feel like a lot of you may have also been in that space. So this person has the 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, wow, see what I mean about the cards today? 2 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Empress and the Hierophant. So Aquarius, when it comes to this person, I feel like it's interesting to me that they have the 10 of Pentacles as well. That was in your crowning energy here. But right next to it is the 5 of Wands. So it's a sense of like competing priorities here, where on one hand, this person is focused on also stability, maybe their finances, but at the same time, they seem to be sometimes pointed in the wrong direction, you know, also not giving enough thought to what they're focusing on, because there's this inconsistent energy here, like this in and out energy. But at the same time, there's also 2 cards of patience and divine timing here. So I feel like this person was maybe in this space of like ready to take some sort of action or ready to jump into action a little too soon, and because they had their eyes on the prize, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like whatever this person was taking action towards, say if it was this connection, it's because they truly believed in it. It's because they had tried to be patient and then they lost their patience. And so I feel like there was some sort of like internal struggle going on because they wanted to get to the finish line before the finish line was even, before they even passed the starting line, you know, like something like that. Like I get like this rush of energy, or like this person in a rush or something. So let's go into the current energy and see what you got going on and how you view each other. How does Aquarius view this person? The 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Whoa. Sorry, I'm checking the time because I actually have a timer on this where it cuts me off at a certain amount of time. 2 of Wands. So I also want to note that 2s are predominant in the reading. 2, 2, 2. Take note. 9 of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So yeah, there's that sense of la la land again. And I felt that in the spiritual reading, right? Like the sense of disconnect, Aquarius. And some of you, it's like, it's a form of isolation. So remember I said earlier, like sometimes Aquarians isolate, or at least I do, when faced with a lot of change or challenges. It's so that you can think things through, right? So I feel that energy here again. There's some sort of decision that you are trying to make about your future, Aquarius. And in the meantime, coming off a bit guarded, coming off a bit unavailable, you know, some of you just are actually unavailable, you know, to this person. Like you're not making yourself available. You're not opening yourself to them, etc. Others of you, it's unintentional, meaning like your mind is just elsewhere and you're seemingly unavailable. You know what I mean? Like, hello, Aquarius, are you there? Like, even if you're next to this person or talking to this person, you may seem like mentally unavailable. Yeah. So let's see what's going on with how they view you. The Wheel, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. So again, you know, Aquarius, you're all up in your head over here, and this person is more on the ground, you know, like they're ready for action and passion, and you're still like weighing things out here. So I feel like it's made this person feel stuck. Like they're not even really sure what to, I heard how to kill time. Like, really? This person's trying to kill time or something. And in the meantime, like they definitely know what they want. And they want to move forward with it as soon as possible. This is a very persistent, insistent, fiery energy here. Okay? And you're just over here in La La Land. I might title this La La Land. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to say you're not also thinking about them, but you seem to be elsewhere. Like, your thoughts are elsewhere right now. So let's see what's going on in the heart space then, and how you genuinely feel. The Ace of Cups. I felt like that was going to be, oh my gosh, the Death and Rebirth card. So that's the third time I've gotten this card. Yeah, the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Chariot. So I felt like, as a fellow Aquarius, I feel like we are so misunderstood, right? And sometimes we do come off unavailable, or like we don't care when we really care, or when we actually do care, but we're just in our own world right now. You know what I mean? And like some of you, that's all it is. It's like there's a lot of change going on that sometimes depletes you, right? And so you get all wrapped up in it in your mind, and some of you aren't even aware that you're coming off aloof or unavailable to this person. But in your heart of hearts, you love them. You want romance. You feel intuitively connected. You want to move things forward. Like your heart is in it, but your brain is elsewhere or something like that. You know what I mean? Because there's love here. There's changes coming through. The changes are coming through the romance sector as well as this relationship. And it's being intuitively guided and moving you forward. Now, there's a second group of you, and you know if you're in this group, where you are intentionally unavailable to this person because you love or in love with somebody else. Okay, like I'm just going to say it. So, and you know if you're in this group, right? Some of you, the reason you're coming off that way is because you have feelings or feel intuitively connected with another person, and it's a huge change, right? And you know it's going to be a big change or something like that. So it's funny because I wanted to say, ooh-wee, and I've had that song in my head all day. It's from TikTok. I gotta stop watching TikTok. All right, let's go into the emotional space for this person and see where their heart is at. The Five of Pentacles, the Sun, the World, the Page of Cups. Oh, wow. The Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands. So, Aquarius, this person does feel left out. You know, they're happiest with you, and they like to be in your space. But when you are not sharing that with them, it makes them feel uneasy. It makes them feel on guard. It makes them feel not welcome. It kind of makes them want to be mean to you. You know what I mean? Like, which is funny because like this person actually has feelings here and would regret saying anything that they don't mean, and do regret it. If they do say something they don't mean, by the way, they will regret it. If they have done that in the past, they regretted it. Because anytime you say things out of anger or spite, you're not in alignment. So you're always going to have regret that follows it, right? Regret is a big issue here. A fear of regret, or they do have regret or remorse over something that was communicated, or the way they behaved, or they're giving me a song, and I heard it's all for show, or to put on a show, or they put on a show, or something like that. And it's Rihanna. She says, "You look so dumb right now." It's not the nicest song. You look so dumb, standing outside my house. Wow. Okay, let's go further. Let's go further. The ever elusive Aquarius. Let's see. The Sun. The Empress. Seven of Cups. Where is this headed? Ten of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Three of Swords. So, interestingly enough, I feel like you are in this space or going into this space of feeling more in your power than you have in the past. And you have options, Aquarius. And that could be why you feel more in power, because you have options. Like, you're not just you're not optionless. I don't know how else to say that. At the same time, when life presents us many options, it also presents us that fear of making the wrong choice. And if you go back to the spiritual reading, that's exactly what it was about, was like having a fear of making a mistake or a wrong decision here, Aquarius. But it's time to let that go, right? And for some of you, the choice isn't even about another person. Some of you, the choice is about choosing you. Because if you remember, what's being highlighted right now is your sense of security, your sense of stability. And if a relationship is contributing to that, then great. I think you'll continue to build with that person, right? But if it's hindering your ability to feel safe and secure, some of you are exploring other options, and or bringing that focus into self, right? There's also some confusion being cleared up here, that's helping you to know where to put your time and energy, right? So some of you were maybe a little bit confused or didn't have clarity around what was best for you or where you should be putting your focus. And I feel that clearing up as well as we go through July into August, particularly in Leo season. So let's see this person's future possibility here. Queen of Swords. All right, I'm going to break it down here in a minute. I keep blocking myself from saying some things. I need to stop doing that. Ooh, my goodness. Heartbreaker, soul shaker. Whose heart are you breaking? Whoa, holy cannolis. Death and rebirth. All right, so I'm just going to say it. Two different scenarios going on. One scenario is one group of you, I should say. You are seemingly unavailable, but it's not out of malicious intent. It's not even intentional. It's just because there's other things grabbing your attention right now and you're in la la land. But you do genuinely love this person. They are genuinely committed to you, very passionate about the connection. Sometimes they get mad when they feel like you're not giving them enough attention because they kind of rely on you. Like, you're their bright light. And when you take that bright light away, sometimes they do and say things that they later regret. But overall, I feel like you're getting clarity around this. You're knowing where to focus and where to put your attention and feeling more in power. And this person is in the space of like going through big emotional changes as well, and letting go of regret, okay? Or not being good enough. I feel like that's probably an issue too. Now, there's another group of you. I'm going to call this the Heartbreaker group. And maybe you're in both, because if you're dealing with more than one person, then yeah. Some of you, it's like you are intentionally unavailable to this person. You are in love with someone else. You're focused elsewhere. You have options, but you're choosing whatever option invests back into you that you feel a sense of security with. A lot of you did not choose this person, right? Now, this person felt like they were committed and yet at the same time in competition for the connection, which lets me know that this person may have known there was someone else. But I feel like this person is going through big changes. There is some level of regret here. They feel like they lost their sunshine, which was you, and they're heartbroken. They're doing a lot of soul searching. They feel like giving up. There's also some repressed emotions that may be coming out during this time frame. I feel like this person is so shocked that you could be that. They're giving me the song Cold Enough to Is that Maroon 5? Cold by Maroon 5. That you could be so loving but also so cold. You know what I mean? Because like when an Aquarian loves you, you're the center of their universe. But once an Aquarian is done, it's almost like it never happened, you know? And that's because Aquarians detach, and because they have, I'm not going to go into it. As an Aquarian myself, I understand it. It's a coping mechanism, but it's how you move on. But it's like, I feel it's shocking to this person, you know, like enough to throw them overboard. I'm not saying they're not going to be okay. Of course they're going to be okay. Like, but they're going through some major changes and needing to feel their feelings here, Aquarius. And although it's all right to have empathy, I feel like you need to stay in your own lane, but do whatever you want. I honestly feel like, and I hate to say this to be mean to your cross-watcher, I honestly feel like some of you really don't care. You don't care, like, okay, go cry me a river, you know, because I'm getting that song from Justin Timberlake. You know, like, I'm in love. I'm moving on. Goodbye. Goodbye. You know, like some of you really don't care, and that's why your energy is not affected. And maybe because you have your closure over it, you know, I'm not saying that in a cruel way, but just say what I see. So, wow. Very interesting reading. Let's get some guidance for you and your cross watcher. So they have hello from heaven and listen, and you have hope. So your message here, Aquarius, is the loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling, there is always hope, which is funny because I got the word hope. And of course, you are the sign of hope and healing in the beginning of the spiritual reading, Aquarius. And then this person has hello from heaven and listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to offer advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not just to what's being said, but what lies beneath the words. So this is an encouragement to your cross watcher to have an open mind, right? And to listen more than they talk during this time frame. And they also have a message here reminding them that they do have loved ones in the non-physical that are here to support them and to be with them during this difficult time. So, but there is change a-coming here, Aquarius. And like I said at the very beginning of the reading, that change will be a positive change for the both of you, whether or not you're able to grasp it at this moment or not. So, wow, beautiful reading. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs that you could be connected with or have in your own chart. I have heavy Scorpio influences here, but I also have Virgo energy and Pisces and Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio again, Leo again, Aries, and Sagittarius. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Please subscribe. I don't know what happened to my subscribers count, but like I went from like 0 to 161. And then all of a sudden YouTube stopped sharing my videos. I don't even know how to get back into the algorithm. But if you guys know, leave me a comment or share my video, please. And hit the subscribe button. Even if you're already subscribed, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Maybe that will activate something. I'm not very sure. But anything that you can do to help, that'd be awesome. Also, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Check me out over there. I've got videos and content. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so in the About section. Otherwise, wishing you the very best. Till next time.